Oko baby has a postis statement we are in obium.
It's not there. What check is here in New York?
It's not there. In obium. Inti send na a process ekano. It is true. Say Oko has baby omu postis statement we are in share femians yoko fabia. Na ye man kofa so tie so has a communicate also a reaction on FIFA DNA has a year free ho. Now Rich, first of all, a day in Ebema obi atro in some egu has letterhead so. Na one name no as official statement from Accra folk.
Meaning a official statement from Has team no.
Yes.
And yes, will be an electronic.
Fantastic. Na odibegu letterhead. Na obe sign say a Has management and assigning. Na obe posti our official Has communication platforms. Na osakwa ko ye free ho. E dey no be mo bia yes ah. And that is my first question am busa. And that is what I want to first analyze. Say, a day in Ebema obi this statement about beto abontin. Now only statement, you know. Now we're using official channels to communicate the statement. Now obey obekwa ko ye free ho. In my opinion, it's only one thing. So Ojiri say we're goofy with the statement. Ojiri say statement, you know, the babontin, no.
And he's saying the ba.
Simple. Very, very simple. Now, Anopawi, Rich. Me sorry, you know. Fortunately for me, meaning I'm exile and I'm a copy on an important to be a fed. The official S page. He is in Japan.
In Ghana.
He is in Japan. I all sign, I think, a contract for some road construction. Be. Or known in the partners. Ever somebody ba. Astute man working on other things. So I don't know for a fact, but I want to assume, say, since Tobe is in Japan, Ebi Omomo here, no, took all the decisions no take here, no, in the statement, and after realizing, say, and so my the content of the statement, you know, in reference to the matter on the board, no. GD say, and you can say, you can't ask them, sir. And you need free. Now, Rich. So now, Osha, as someone not a bar fresh, no. Any, the way not a new for the brand house of folk. Any response has the buyer. The summary of what Has wrote in that statement was that, oh, you cry a transfer business every into urban way and Kaya.
This is serious.
That is the summary of what has said in the statement.
Nasa has na kasano. Said them in the okay statement na second paragraph no. Omajitum said the magnitude of a seven. Said in yasam kitikiti be a cancer and only a PR. And 2 years have a castle. You can transfer
so you if internal and supporter conversation plus PR on one official communique. And if you want to gauge the message now, forget about the PR. No, the PR there or the whole system. No, so as somebody fan, but the person campaign and supporters with that statement was that you any. Yeah. Because you have a sign player for be a team now. In this statement, it doesn't affect your current state as a club.
As a folk.
That is what they communicated. So the Abano, it doesn't affect their current state as a club. Because of Mukra registration, oh my year. Now, Rich, you see. Obia onimi bia. And him say, I am not a fan of going after people. I want to go after issues. And and then near the time I'll be lining up who has management are, who has board members are, and go after them. But no clearly say the evidence of Omujumedi and your Omo as persons. No. But the evidence at Dansidie and Omujumedi are reflected in these issues. It's as simple as that.
So into us here, I know personality.
I don't care about that.
But Omujumedi no mudi no.
Yes.
I don't know actually do me so much
simple. Because Rich, Sanya Hasa, Ora Anku, minimum, Minkadasem,
sure.
Nasamum Family, Sanya Hasa, Ora Pariado, minimum, Minkadasem, Nasamum Family, Sanya Hasa, has board members. I don't know them. Omasamunya, they are private people like me. We also lead our lives, but they are in active role at a football club. Football club need a public good, and as a sports analyst, I am paid to analyze what the football club does. And I'm saying, say, whether Obiaka so omiya competent, omiya competent, omunimejuma no, no, ever the evidence of the matter, and the way they are handling it, gives them out on omujumedi omudi for House of Folk. In the first place, Rich, Ora Rene Hedenkina. Yeah, can answer. What did he add to House of Folk?
Nothing.
A deal for sobe pana has a yawan swa. I go find Asamabre has. What did he do? Obey there has
Technical director.
And as technical director, by the time I buy any time or all na a dear sonko, I sumbo and all the ama has. That is the first question every House of Folk fan should be asking. Say, Ora na ene, onunti, ye club na be champion go for 3. Egu ye brand nani mu ase. Ni go for asem we abai. A distracted club when we are supposed to focus and prepare for the season. The impact when he was hired as a technical director, any day about there. What did he do? Number 2, Rich. Ora in headache by Edman or Giska. He was paid during time and all Edman. Now all conquan. Ne case or the call FIFA. Enti ne adjudication fees. The enka court system ebeka say ne ka wa bo e won ne court system no ho.
Omo file any ade no.
Any interest any sanu money nyina no. Yes, it has to pay around $150,000.
Yeah.
Rich, all the $150,000 back Ghana cedis ma onum skakro.
And the check on me for you.
$150,000 US dollars, Rich. Onum skakro. So all the call all the buy Ghana cedis mo. Well, would see me I will share you you can just quickly go and check all the about $150,000. Nekas all converted to cedis.
Oh God.
And you are getting the same figure. And Rich, we are talking about 1.6 million Ghana cedis. 1.6. Oh, they are about 5. They are there. We are talking about 1.6 million Ghana cedis. Rich, 1.6 million Ghana cedis in Titisicano is 16 billion.
No, no, sir, it's clear. Where's statement?
Rich, you see,
You
see, Rich. Has intimidation no killing Tiao.
Right? FIFA.
They will pay. But
so why this statement?
But my man can't say mention. Oh, House of Folk fans. You see, sometimes now, say has air to train in Nasi in where they are supposed to put money. Able to say recruitment in the idea. Rich, I know maybe say you. Because Rich, you don't expect to be to cough out old Ghana city 16 billion to Rennie Heading
and
expect him to also give you good amount of money to do recruitment. Na don't know se sikampo fifini dem a Rich enti sika no say o dua bi esini dem no sorry a na afifi sika no akotetea. You think he will have this consistency of a kaba betia, me skanko yewe, a kaba betia, me skanko we, a kaba betia. And you expect him to be laughing at this situation? No.
Now, Ayala, my problem is young clubs, no. Say, omuno be running to contractual agreement, whatever. I have performance we in the contract. Almost say.
Na technical director, Rich.
Because one perform here. DNS also club no yeno.
Rich, you see, technical director. The KPIs will be what? Technical director. Because has Nancy had Emba team. Has youth team. Youth team look at him, you know. The Nancy Kobo Cheetah Cap no. Our so ho. And send a senior team no. And a math team no. Rich, the technical director role is to make sure those teams now has winning are in line with the vision of the club. Yabe Chichi mu say technical director adwuma no Rich 80% administrative work. And to have KPIs targeted as a specific maybe also the amount. And then in all honesty, it is really difficult, especially when we are under any heading. Oh, that's a Martin in a bubble. All the youth teams are there, and I have senior team as well. And they make KPIs out of the money. Bima, Uber team, they just say, "One for me." And you know,
the general terminated contract and whatever.
It is very, very difficult. But maybe point and they say, Rich, you see from outside, we've already established the evidence of the Saudi way impression at the about the competencies of the hard structure and the Ejumo. We've established that. And then I'm even did it. And as some make Obi Badum baby at some make an answer. But number two, the financial damage any burden Samuel way at the bread club no finances. And how a bit near distracted club no from pushing the finances into the priorities of the club. Because Rich say if at this point, if somewhere has a team in the next one power until to me establish say and by this time there baby also has focus what partner say omnisika be room or transfer market no matter good players aba. Now Samuel maybe say is giving you evidence say there are other things are sikano echo and until the Emma won't be first sikano and ram into the priorities of the club. Now Rich, you see they be a casa some way anytime will be a mebo or in a point to gradino me yamuseme because Rich or your himpon or your penny or you're one of the most respected people in Ghana and in the world. He is hugely successful as a person. Me Ayala Mitiye. Rich, I don't even have the right to advise him. I don't have the right to criticize him. But Rich, see you be through stage be say as sports journalist. Rich, you can't help it. But you say Onyene, Miss there is no way Obi betimi share this incompetence and say under your watch you are also doing well because you are the board chairman of the company. It is a company at me at the KB say bar and I say omuya shahana and no maybe say two omua. It is so difficult even for those of us who respect you so much, who know and not certain, who know for sure. So we can't even advise you to say you are not part of the problem. It is serious.
Okay.
Mr. Tobe, look,
mommy.
Rich, onshe no onye ni noma ye. Onshe na onye ni noma ye.
It seems as all my form ni na omo disappointed now.
So change them.
Change ya.
No, but Rich, it's a
Go when Uncle was coming, no. Ye na came so Uncle di me no baby our year juma ni ade a. As general manager, obeti my year juma perfectly.
You see, Rich.
I don't know so by no.
You see, Rich, unim de etia. Me, I try to desist myself from going into specifics. Uncle, why, unim de etia. It could be, say they are there, but they are micromanaged.
Fine. And so
it could be.
Okay.
Say unya uncle pa in a personal conversation. Obeka just
I'm not in charge.
Me tie. Me nkofa Rene heading. Heading. He may be opposing some and you may be a cause team anymore. But it is coming from the superiors. So what do you expect him to do? He is supposed to manage the decision from the superiors. And it's abundance of backfire. Say, me, I don't want to mention name, but unim, there is something we call ultimate responsibility. And it lies with the board, whose chairman is the respected king, Toby Afede. And I'm saying, say, with all humility, the way has a citiano, the way on the board citiano, the way on only vision, and the way of seeing in your man, look at other things he has done for the club. Rich. Say empono or take decision impo ana and gofoni ba no mo be disappointing impo. Governance is continuous. He should continue to change and take those decisions in the right direction. Yes, sir. No me koso ask in Nhyira.
Right, me da say Ayala. Kobi. Memra ho. But me dey say na me gina baby am. I think that in clubs no. Performance clause no omo sinsan bi. Because the bia ya pam we or the FIFA ya just come no. It's becoming one too many. I don't so do. The all go for bit na ba. That's how this clause in the station.
Minya panka. When the FIFA proceedings, meaning say omo de inkrobona fanfan me no
boy in buyer.
Eto abontia. So that we know what has said. Why they let him go. Because some may be one that I'm seeing. I don't think it's about performance clause. Say kofa heading buy no. Omo de nini aba ko ne ka ho. What's his name? Coach, no,
I think Gusiding,
the Gusiding, what's his name? After Rene Heading, there was another one. I don't know your coach. I think he's honestly an old Dutch person, sir. Amumi no den buy. And Amudomo as managers, no. It will maybe the Rene Heading. You know whether he was working, he wasn't working. So I wanted to really know exactly what has let him go. Martin Koopman. So I story do the see. Now Buadu was at training grounds, training the players. Now Heading Kenny Koopman at the plastic chairs were training grounds. And now picture leaky. So House of Folk are bringing these two Dutchmen to take over from Buadu. They denied it first of all. Later on, it appeared to be true. Wait, Rene Heading. Yesterday we said it. What is this body of work? A club. I think that and Ayala has done a good job to desist from mentioning names and going over. But I think that for a class of folk, you're recruiting with signing money for a long time. Minimum has to form now for a because a fee. After be a more Kumasi, you say good things about Kotoko too much than that, but that's not true. Which do you think in this modern game, Obiaya has of folk? Now, look at the coaches, and this is what I keep on saying, Rich. The genesis of the matter. Since Boadu Koyedo has not made any proper recruitment until what's his name, the current manager. Until Didi. Has in proper recruitment. And he said, nature to the main kind of Chini say, China, one Chini best away any more some.
And in India,
as I was already not them. But Ebisona, I mean, you're not trying to disrespect anybody. But to be honest, I told you here, say, Watara, becoming as a folk coach. I was emphatic from day one, say, that man, there was nobody of work. That proved that he could be successful as a folk.
But I said no, they house for the dream. So I'm the neighbor's technical director.
You see, I say this thing to Ghana and Kotokoye Binansi, I don't agree with them. Don't bring anybody telling me so be sporting director for the Adechia was your coach. What is your direction? And you know, are you clear in your mind? If one episode, then episode, you stick to it. Say me make us so me know junior. You are the one that has the final power. So go ahead with it. If it works well, that's why you get paid. If it doesn't work well, I'll ask questions and I do my job as well. You don't just bring a coach in. Also, a technical director, but by and you're saying it's okay. I'm a coach. What are we doing? Which consecutively, and us have lost a lot of money. If you read that statement, has in that paragraph eka change and say, Sikani don't be trouble because this summer now okay say what blocking on what Tony players also Tony na what to be on to be a beam into nyantia into be a second window no I want to go pesca babetia. Rich again, we have spoken about Accra Folk as a brand and how they have disrespected that brand at Accra Folk. Rich, you see, Obia Ene, in terms of Ghana, has a club Somaji continental trophies. You are there, if not the best in that regard. When you talk about Hearts of Folk those days when they were conquering Africa, see, Kotoko can brag all the bragging. But that team 2001, 2002, that team that did what they did to Kotoko.
CNN top 10.
What are you telling me? It's a Class of Folk brand now, did you agree? I mean, I think about the things I put out on social media. And you see the signature, management, signed management.
And later now could pull it off.
Everybody on the management has been, I mean, Nhyira was signed management. You see, sometimes, I don't know if, you see, Ayala he went far to Togbe. Dr. Nyaona went to close on the House of Folk board.
Yeah.
They Togbe, I don't talk about, I don't talk even to the level of Togbe. But then they are supposed to exercise oversight responsibility. The man again, into your him, or a king, or a big person. So if you have some of these things, he allows anything you denigrate.
So can we say, Ebia, let me agree about Abontin. Bit said Dr. Nyao Tamaklu, no board, no crabia, no way. I'm be surprised. Management they take your decision. It's the management, they do the day-to-day activity. So maybe grow massa.
Yes, maybe a coach social media will be sending Dr. Nyao. Then I'm a second paragraph, that's what I'm saying. That's and I allow saying, Rich, FIFA, you're killing you. Good club, no man. Money, all the upper, Mamma said, I can say, Omuntia, first, second with Omuntia. Then they show evidence that I'm Pauntia. Oh, good club, then the FA that authority gives you the authority to play in the league, or Shanasi. So you can't go and do killing today. Ube dear Chako Cash, Ube Bokatin, Yawano. And Nhyira make a few board side. I wanted to be sure, I've still not been sure. Say, okay, meaning Senesa, coach, tax, echo across the folk training grounds. Echo Pamuni from Nancy. But Nancy, there's been a white across the coach. Supporters are called Mako Pamno, call police station. Yes, you call police station, the statement and sense, and what are we doing? And then, ye. Obia Bob Energy, Onya the Enfane Ma. At least for Timemuni Crampos, audience okay, Timemuni or Pamon Nasi, or no performance closer. Then you sack the person. But you bring in somebody, not the supporters, the Pamon, Mushi Chide.
You made it tough for no and so on.
See my fancy. And I want to mention the name of Alaja Kambi and then Honorable Vincent Odoto Iswa. This is an indictment on everything that you've done, especially Honorable Vincent Odoto Iswa, former member of Parliament. And I went to Parliament at that time. I think he went to Parliament Tema. He did. Respectable man. Alaja can be very experienced in football management in this country. Day to day, they are there in the day to day. And you want to say, go and sit at home.
Zasco Matic na Omocopa Matic.
Zasco Matic, imagine. On a crime, so class by Stavo kids can echo. So, Benjamin, there's a money 16 billion. On a crowd at the Danico police station. I'm a guy, and I'm a police station. Look at this. Assault, like all sorts of things. That you spoil the brand Hearts of Folk.
I say, any top four no and command day 2 of the GHALCA top 4 matches no to me to ga. Na first match no na Pando Heart of Lions. Omni Kumasi Krobia Santi Kotoko boy. Give me and na Lions I Kotoko Kabakwa. Omu Entimi and in the second game and you no and a house of folk and a team from say baby and Ghost Stars almost G League in the issue of national. Umbo 2-2 in the 90-minute penalties and a Ghost Stars at the 5-4. And so I share house of folk our honomo. Now, so table now, baby and Ghost Stars count 5 points. House of folk etoson mienu 4. Lions etoson miensa 3 and a Kumasa son comedy. Omni point because games 2 now mabuni nano. Nindina omo elusa omni point back okra awo china. Yaba sambo games no. Go Stars ebe hosti Ayala Lions. Na Kumasa Krobia Sante Kodonso no abo House of Anumre 7 p.m. But before me mabamu no. And after the games, coach is kasa kakra. The first coach or Kasai, coach Masu Didi Dramani, a kind of fast or Lucy penalties to baby and Go Stars.
Not a bad day at all. I think it's part of it. Losing is part of learning, and I think that we've learned a lot from this game, and then that is the good points we take from here.
Tell me, in summary, how did the game go for you today?
I think that we lost some spaces in the team, and then both defensively and offensively, but I think that latter parts we were able to rectify this, and so we took control in the greater part of the second half, and that is how we got the equalizer and self-dominated play in several situations. But as I said, they are a stronger side. They are already an existing team, and so you can understand that they play with that fluidity and then that compactness.
Okay, and coach Masu Didi Dramani was say Go Stars team no, a complete team. And omo bobo na team so omo ni mo ho, and omo critique airspace the mo ho a ma omo team expand the game na no can be, and ma omo ne has work about to penalties no, omo at the 5-4, and so a share omo na nyame adoma o china against Kotoko or the message kakra at the minor young coffee so.
Because we are still ready to come and give the right energy and effort and perform, and that is what we can control. We believe that when we control this, the end results will come. But I think that we cheer them up, like how they keep cheering the team. They should keep coming, and then we will still make amends.
Okay, and you will say nyame admo china no nya supporters no momra na momfam support no emma emrante no gide say with mom support no ne kakra emrante den ye wa agopama no so no omu ebetimi ahye Kumase Asante Koro nyame admo china enyemre no nsia enso ewo eye Legon na the winning coach aye Frimpong Manson ono so e de kakra ade so na into adwumede ni so fama.
Well, I think we dominated the first half, but then when they got their first goal, that was where they started to come into the game. Yes, so the second half, they started well, came in, got the equalizer. Then we had to quickly also change our middle because the problem was later on our midfield were not able to keep the ball because they were a bit tired. And then later on when we changed, then the game got back again, and then for me, the 2-2 scoreline was a good reflection. So deciding on penalties, and I think our boys were bold enough to also take the
Okay, and coach Frimpong Manson say 2-2 na a good reflection of the game. Obia a share game na. I seen a game of two halves. Omo no nya the first half, omo di share 2 halves, and so in the second half no, omo so ebe share 2 omo de take anama game no. A push the call a penalties in the own some no, and Kofi mention some for with the top 4 no kakra bi na
Rich, I think say Didi Dramani build a formidable team across the folk. And I think Zenwa Obiofi Stadium Mobile Biano speaks about Martin Kakari and the performance on the day. It's a good one. And I like the fact say how many Gold Stars, they saw some very, very good football from Obia. And I don't say too much about Accra to folk. I was not particularly excited about Kotoko performance. But again, a list of players now Kotoko they come now. Most of them are new players. So in the first game, I say about Bekan has said Didi Dramani said or check minutes like a class. You can tell say be for coach Karim Zito and also 10 minutes not for the players no honor. I wasn't too excited about the individual performances of the players. And maybe that is why things like and I was disappointed by the goalkeeping of goalkeeper Bekan was say Kotoko goalkeeper. First game goalkeeper Kamara I consider bad goal, communication, and you Kamara and Kwan force there, but then the communication between any answer, and then this time from a set play, you could tell very much. Say Pando out of Lions relied a lot on their set plays, almost a set play beyond Bobiano. They're very, very difficult for Kotoko to deal with. Like I said, for me, a preseason game, I want to show my home they share. No more who they are message show my team. So we hope, we wish them, all of them well. I was just much more impressed with House of Folk in tea. Yeah, the other games never go with the last ones.
But all Andre say, Kevin Osensibe should leave House of Oak if he think he's fed up with the club. His mistakes are becoming too much. As you know, the supporters are not going to tolerate such mistakes.
But I disagree with my senior brother Pato. But Ojitum said Kelvin has a lot of potential. I think so. Be on him, Kelvin.
But some mistakes in the
but he needs support. He has gotten a very good coach in Didi. In supporters and supporting. No more Didi more because Didi is experienced in managing play. Put him.
But the potential is not hard. And then one player, the mistakes.
One thing I've realized that not your crew must coaches won't think about the general team without individual player growth. Didi Dramani was our experience with Nigel and then in the teams now no management right to dream. So they should give him time to work on assessing it. Rich, CCB is fantastic.
Oh yeah, born this will be anymore.
But again, mistakes in your word. I think say about composure and some name maybe.
And you don't want to be
Pato Muso no Rich. Sometimes minim say oh the
and I am some can win me.
Rich.
Oh the two there be have mistakes.
On one munya obe jai but e bo jai nai.
How?
Ti mo support no.
E has na ubo.
Rich otiminya bo ebi obegyina so obe 10 abo pass na e free na.
The man edrum maybe am na supporters na ya adwene say. Oh bo has folk.
I understand.
Mistakes there be no idea they say.
Which I
you
don't even have time to be there for long. But I'm saying that it's not still the player now said that. And he has a good coach now. Some more player and coaches so Pato Kasha. Asheni anabo in the company damping.
And you also would the top as root to be ma.
On conco baby. Obey Jumana mom. But
almost so sandy man to be. Don't tolerate it.
On Major League Nana.
And you do a league in 30.
Okay.
Anna, H. Krabi. Your baby by Murphy. My trials and my cover me. You see, mistakes in life, you can only make them when you try something. Okay. So doubt them. Now down pass. Now say and I mean sorry in Koyasha, you will not make mistake. It is only when you try something and I mistake. I didn't know SSB. Apart from the mistakes, no, a lot of us supporters so James on Bobo. A dear no into Nimbo. A dear way na I thought to be a Kamuna. Minister, they make an what? And he said enough if you judge him. Obako Bobby. Your ball long ball. Strike a ton or so. I said, Bono, all head him a keeper. As on Mountain Chile. Who was all the body swerve? Nobody are 10 bono. Not the strike and I could dinner cheat. No one turning. No one passing obvious. Ah, dinner so says video you brutal. Say, oh, you never. Now, bones. But so, oh, you never. It becomes a mistake he must learn from. Asima Potoke, Minya Chumo, Makabida. Not the extreme party and Pamono, but Sir Abrantiano should learn to know when he has to play simple and when he has to be expensive. Didn't ya? Many any house of folk fan ever if a person hard on SB for any mistake and they say, share. Baby, a mistake in it was just along the throw line. I'm finna say, I'm more 10 be a come boom. You're the safety first day. Because on the throw line is so. And as something they do, striker all my pressure. Rich, safety first, bottle throw. Then retreat. By the time I'm before throw natural, now I'm quite Fiaba, now Wako, now Muhammad Ali Abba, now Ransford Abba, now make food as no Abba, now Masaya defensive shape Nibium to defend. But you see, something I make an origin. So why any safety first no sooner or Timmy for 10 years? Enka Amankwa Befi Ransford mo India advanced positions, you know, with a pass, they could have created any 10 overs, you know. What you ball enough from defensive transition, one pass, you are in offensive transition. Rich, these things are in football. But, Rich, it shouldn't be one player being consistent with the same mistake. Sadly, then it will be changing from a mistake to your problem. As I don't confirm for the same mistake, it becomes a problem. And your problem at work. Fine player. You should tackling. You see, Rich. The more you play, the more you are supposed to grow in your decision making. And they should know when to play simple and when to do the minimum to do. Rich, number 2. Me sure say house of folk ni bia na me be yadwen. E bia first me kan na wona me nyadwen. But say wona me be yadwen. Me say since Ibrahim Salifu every house no. Rich, their most talented talent is Martin Kakari. And he said, pay attention to Kakaria. Rich, there are some transfers we have in the last 2 seasons. They didn't need to do them. I don't know Martin Kakari's problem. But Rich, once he's a contract with Arsenal, every coach be our responsibility to get the best out of that talent. And Nyoma Oya, Emma Wuntimim Bon de Biano. And then interest in Netunu Funo Njai, nobody de Bia because he is one of his best creators. And who has a can go now, Papa Cook. Look at Kakari's first control. Rich, 2 goals now has Shenina was made by him. Has in here create a bia giddy a black carry hole. They must just find a place in the team and make him play. Say Onyadia with tracking back ne tackling. Rich, Lami Yama money wa omun takis how. But they are there to give you a specific thing in the team. Kakari can offer you that. My last thing I make our house game in when I say, Rich, I think Didi Dramani is building something.
Now we are not mean for course.
Ebia na so emphasis will not come as early as her supporters will expect it. But Rich, I think with time, Didi Dramani can build something for us. Not can be some a lot of analysis, but time in Inti. But I think so with time, Didi can do something for us. They were starting, you know. Even though the materials top. But they were starting achieving with you say the woman a kit and our question woman a with the little things he has been able to do right now with Gazali Mono, they should give him time. Look, baby any go stars, they be a macaron Rich. In the past, that Man City no money team biao. But when they started doing things right, the media and the country acknowledge them, say they are building a big club. I think say the media must accept say Bebiani is building a status of a big club. Oshia Kotoko Oshia has last season Wajili get from him. Look at what he has done to them in the top 4. And Uchu Mutanya, whether you respect them or not, Bebiani has become a big club and they are doing big club things. Yeah, more acknowledgement, you know, and I've been very, very impressed with performance and the team now all building. You know. Look, Kotoko there, Rich, a simple problem. Maybe a few Monday could be a bit many time at this uncommon. But for me, I think it's Rich. Maybe they may turn up long term. Now, Omaka said they make Siciano. I was wrong. But Rich, Anya Shekrano. Kotoko needed national team midfielders.
I
will not say Omunyadi, but when they come up against the likes of Ishmael Adomo, Chenemoa, Rich, you will see why those players are with the national team and not the Kotoko players. No.
Monday, Eba.
And I think once they fail to dominate midfield, then they will struggle to win games consistently. And that is the problem of Kotoko.
Samo, your estate house, Buokrum Estate, Estate House.